Hi. Welcome to Everyday Movie Recap. For today's video, we will recap the movie called Madam Web from the year 2024. Have you seen this movie yet? If not, sit back, relax, and enjoy. In the Peruvian forests in 1973, a team of researchers headed by Ezekiel Sims and his pregnant partner Constance Webb came upon an unidentified type of spider that had unusual medicinal qualities. It is said that these spiders can cure hundreds of diseases. Ezekiel abandons Constance for dead after betraying the group and taking possession of the spider for himself. Constance is bitten by a spider and is attempting to be saved by an Aboriginal tribe, but she passes very soon after giving birth to a daughter she names Cassandra. 30 years later, the grown-up Cassandra, who also goes by the name Cassie, lives in New York as part of the paramedics team. She drives an ambulance bringing patients with her. As she hurries to the hospital, she nearly hits a kid, making her very stressed. She complains to her partner Ben Parker about the stress, but they get interrupted as the patient she brought to the hospital thanks her. She awkwardly takes it and grumbles that she hates family stuff. They then enjoy their lunch break and talk about life in general, such as Ben having a new girlfriend. After her work, Cassie goes back to her apartment to rest. She lives alone and reminisces about her parents. She looks at an old photo of her mom and the things that she left behind. The following morning, Cassie is again tasked to rescue a man who got into a car accident. But while working, she gets into an accident and falls into the water. She gets mysterious visions but is then revived by Ben. They inspect her well-being and she seems okay. After a while, Cassie gets a feeling of déjà vu. The scene then shifts to an opera in someplace. We see Ezekiel Sims, who is enjoying life with another woman. We later found out that he also gets the same superpower similar to Cassie. He sees 3 girls whom he believes are destined to kill him. He also gets enhanced vision as he sees the woman with him in bed trying to reach for a gun. He stops the woman and poisons her. Cassie then goes to visit her friends who are having a party. While eating, a pregnant friend asks her if she could guess what's going to be the name of her child. But this turns out to be a vision from the future as she snaps back to reality. At work, she gets another vision of her friend O'Neill getting into an accident. Sensing the imminent danger, she asks if she can drive for him. But he refuses. Moments later, the vision turns into reality, turning this show into another Final Destination franchise. Cassie realizes that her vision is turning into reality. Meanwhile, Ezekiel is trying to find ways to track down the 3 girls from his vision. He is determined to get to them first before they awaken their power. At a hospital, Cassie gets her body checked for any abnormalities. The doctor tells her everything is perfectly normal. She goes back to her apartment dissatisfied with the doctor's explanation of her visions. She then sees a vision of a pigeon dying from smashing its head on the window. By some chance, Cassie opens her window and the pigeon flies in without smashing its head and dying. Cassie then realizes that the future she sees can be averted. She then takes a train to calm her head. Just then, she sees a vision of Ezekiel assaulting the 3 girls from his vision. People from the train look at her weirdly. When the last of the 3 girls get in, Cassie goes to the 3 and asks them to get off the train. Ezekiel arrives but can't see his prey. The girls get angry, but when they see a humanoid figure walking on the walls, they all run away to safety. Ezekiel, in his costume, easily incapacitates all the police officers. Cassie then steals a taxi car to escape their pursuer. When they get away for a few miles, Cassie introduces herself and we get to know the names of the girls, Julia, Anya, and Maddie. They listen to the radio and find that the police are searching for the assailant at the station. Cassie gets happy thinking that they are looking for the masked figure, but the reporter says the one they are looking for is a female one. Cassie assures everyone that she will find a way to get out of that situation until they are safe. She takes them to an unknown forest until they know the girls' parents can protect them. They ask her how she knows they are in danger. Cassie then confesses that she sees things that no normal people can see. She tells them that she sees into the future. And during their time on the station, they were all about to be killed by Ezekiel. As any sane person would do, they doubt what she is saying and laugh it off. Cassie angrily tells them that they should be grateful she even saves them from the masked man. Cassie then remembers old notes from her mother about spiders. So she goes on her way to her apartment to find more clues. She flips through the notes and from there, she learns about the lost Iranians, people with powers derived from spiders. Having enhanced speed, durability, climbing ability, and 6th sense to see the future. This prompts her to try out climbing the wall, but flops down disappointingly. After looking more through the pictures, she sees a photo of her mother, and shockingly, the name and picture of the man chasing after them. Meanwhile, the girls discuss about their life circumstances. They finally get bored and leave their location to grab some snacks. They arrive at the local restaurant 4-star diner and order some food. A man then makes a 911 call to the police, and instantly, Ezekiel's hacker gets notified of their location. Cassie also returns, but upon finding them gone, she luckily finds them at the restaurant. But Ezekiel also gets there and immediately attacks them. He quickly knocks out the defenseless Julia and proceeds to stab Cassie. Turns out, this was just a future vision. Cassie drives toward the restaurant and slams the car onto the masked Ezekiel. They manage to escape without much injury. Still, Cassie is angry at the three for not listening to her and endangering all of their lives. Meanwhile, Ezekiel is dumbfounded at how the girls managed to escape him not once, but twice in a row. He asks his hacker, who informs him the name of Cassie Webb. He is in disbelief at the name. Cassie and the girls drive to a hotel and they talk about their next plan of action. The three have nowhere to go. They cannot even ask the police for help, for fear of getting deported. So they ask Cassie for help. She must know more about the man. So she goes back to the place where they got attacked and investigates the place. Upon arriving, visions flood her mind and Ezekiel tells her that the three are destined to become spider women and will kill him. But this too, is another vision and she wakes up from her bed. She never left the hotel at all, but she got all the information she needed. They know Ezekiel's touch has poison on it, so Cassie teaches everyone how to perform CPR. Just in case they need it. Turns out she is going to Peru, where all the information regarding the spider powers came from. She asks for her friend Ben to babysit the girls and leaves. With nothing but old notes to guide her, she delves deep into the jungle to search for answers. Just then, a man comes from behind and tells her that she has been waiting for her. He tells her all about her mother's past and how Ezekiel used the whole team for his selfish desires. This man, who is also the tribal chief, puts her in a ritual where her body is separated from her own consciousness. She falls into the water and gets access to the web of life where she sees into the past. She gets to know the sacrifice her mother made to find the spider is not only for her own gain but to save her baby from an incurable fatal hereditary disease. This made Cassie cry, after learning all about her mother's fight to save her. She tries to tell the vision of her mother that the spider did work and her efforts were not in vain. She wakes up, and the tribal chief advises her that while she doesn't have the physical strength and potent venom, she has the ability to weave her own future. At Ezekiel's headquarters, his team of hackers are intently searching for the whereabouts of the girls. Unbeknownst to them, the girls are chilling at Ben's house. The pregnant sister-in-law's water breaks and she gets taken to the hospital. At the same time, Cassie gets back to the country and starts looking for the girls. Upon finding no one at Ben's home, she looks around and sees ambulances everywhere. She hijacks one of the ambulances and chases after the group who are stuck in traffic. She uses it and runs over Ezekiel. And the grenade, intended for the group, exploded somewhere else. She then drives the ambulance to take them to a safer place. Ezekiel chases after them by jumping over cars. When the car runs out of gas, they go to an abandoned building and they lay traps to catch him. Having tapped into the power of the web of life, Cassie is able to fully control her power and she uses it to its full capacity, dodging all dangers. With much future sight, Cassie finally defeats Ezekiel, who falls to the ground. Cassie on the other hand falls to the sea and gets her eyes damaged. She gets taken to the hospital with her eyes permanently blind. In return, she gets full access to the web of life. The movie ends with her becoming the mentor for the three future spider women. Thank you for watching. We hope you liked the movie. For more content like this, please like, comment, and subscribe.